making sure everything on that engine is functioning perfectly. P-51s flew with 2 different engines, well actually 3. They're originally built with an Allison engine that was way underpowered. They eventually went to a Merlin engine that was developed by the Rolls-Royce Corporation, and then a number of them were also built under license by Packard, and some of you will remember the old Packard automobiles. Well, Packard, as it turned out, built many, many more of these engines than Rolls-Royce did. It was the Rolls design, but Packard modified it for mass production. The Rolls-Royce guys liked to build them all by hand, which was terribly slow. Packard was really good at mass production because of their automobile background. And away they went. So this aircraft is being flown with a Packard Merlin engine, big 12-cylinder monster. And I want you to listen carefully as Mark flies by. I try not to talk a lot when the airplane is right in front of us because the sound of this engine is so unique. It's like a Harley Davidson. It's a unique sound in the motorcycle world. This engine is a unique sound in the aviation world, and once you hear it, you'll always remember. The P-51 called Diamondback at the stick. It's Mark Peterson of Boise, Idaho. The Diamondback is actually a dual cockpit aircraft. It was built in 1945 as a single-seater, but it was later modified to be used as a trainer when the rear cockpit was installed. It has a fully functional second seat right behind the pilot. The only thing missing in the back seat is the radios. I've been fortunate enough to fly this particular airplane, and I was amazed for the size. We're talking 7,000 pounds of metal up there in the air. And that is not exactly light on the controls, but it doesn't fly as heavy as a lot of lighter weight airplanes that I have flown in my career. The P-51 is an incredible airplane. Once it's off the ground, Mark says it's a pussycat, and I've got just enough time to believe part of that. You have to stay ahead of it. But that great big 4-blade prop, and it stands tall, it's got tremendous torque when you take off. You got to put a lot of left rudder into that to maintain the center line of a runway on takeoff and landing. But once it's off the ground, that is just an incredible airplane to fly. It rolls, it loops, and just as easy as you can imagine. And Mark believes that these P-51s and these beautiful historic airplanes that are also represented here on the ramp this weekend, you don't own them. You're allowed to take care of them for a period of time before they're passed on to the next generation. And Mark is doubly fortunate because he owns 2 of these airplanes, Diamondback and another single-seater called Hellerbus. The government sold this airplane at surplus in 1958 in Sacramento, California, and it went through a number of private hands. Here comes Mark on our ride with the Diamondback. Let's listen.